as a 20-year-old, my heart had become like a 2-liter of soda kind of all shaken up. And, you just kind of turn the top a little bit and stuff would come spewing out all over. Someone would cut me off in traffic. I'd feel this volcanic amount of anger erupting up to the surface. Some of you might similarly find yourself spewing out from time to time. I see some wives elbowing their husbands right now. If this is you, you want to control your bursts of emotion, but you can't. And the reason is you got a bunch of emotion that you haven't processed through. It's all penned up inside. And the work of keeping the lid on all that, it's really exhausting. It's tiring. I had a mentor describe it as trying to keep a beach ball under the water. It's very hard to do, and it keeps trying to find a way to slip out sideways. Sometimes when we do this, it slips out sideways as anger. Sometimes as little sideways comments or jabs. Sometimes just a general sense of cynicism or negativity. The truth is all of us are capable of pushing down emotion in this way. It's not just those people who suffered some type of explicit abuse. Anyone can do this. And here's why. There are a lot of things that we want in life that we don't get. As kids, as children, every child wants to be loved perfectly and unconditionally by their parents. It's not realistic. It doesn't change the fact that that's what they want. As kids, we wanted to hear I love yous and I'm proud of yous from our moms and dads. For very few people does that happen the way that our hearts wanted. We wanted to be accepted. We wanted to be liked. We wanted to be respected. I could list thousands of things that are important to us that we don't get or they get taken from us. The point is that we experience a ton of loss in this fallen world, either by harmful things that happen to us or by good things that we wanted but we didn't get. Losses, pains, and disappointments are going to happen to you. And when they do, we've got to learn to become more like the psalmists. Have you ever noticed how the writers of the Psalms handle hardships? Did they stuff it? Did they ignore it? Did they just keep rehearsing a bunch of Christian nicey-nice things until it went away? No, they kept it real. Real. You read in Psalms, you'll see King David acknowledging his losses. He grieves over them. I'm convinced that writing so honestly before God is why he was able to move on without being controlled by his losses. But for most of us, we don't learn how to grieve loss well. There's no class in kindergarten for that. We don't know. We don't know how to do it the way that the prophets and the wisdom writers did. So we just kind of keep bottling up feelings of sadness, fear, anger, and so on. And then once we bottle enough of it up, we kind of start to get scared of all those negative emotions that we've shoved down into the closet of our hearts. And so we avoid feeling them at all costs. We get busy. We numb. We anesthetize. We do whatever it takes to avoid feeling those bad feelings. Much of our lives become one giant exercise in pain avoidance at this point. What happens is we're forced into a surfacey existence. Because deep down is a bunch of stuff we don't want to deal with. But there's a better way. The psalmist's way. Grieving. We have to grieve the pains, losses, hurts, and disappointments of life. Part of grieving is processing our anger in helpful ways. By helpful, I mean ways that do not harm others or harm ourselves. Again, if you read all the angry rants in the Psalms, you'll be shocked. Whenever they were angry at God, they told him so. I mean, it's like they knew he was a big boy and he could handle it or something. Better honest processing with him than no processing with him, they realized.